Kia ora. Insomniac's next entry into their Marvel PlayStation universe releases this October. I cannot wait. I've been counting down the days since I 100%ed the game again for like the 5th time. I want to go over some of my favorite LEGO Spider-Man sets, both from past and present-ish. If you enjoy these reviews, liking and subscribing does help to support this channel. This right here is a Spider-Man set that is actually based outside of the LEGO Superheroes line. This was released under the LEGO Studios line, simply featuring the appearance of Spider-Man. This is also listed as apparently being the first ever LEGO Superheroes set. Batman in fact was not the first time that LEGO ever did superheroes, despite lasting significantly longer than any Spider-Man based sets. In the year of 2002, the final year of the LEGO Studios line existing, we saw the release of 9 total sets, which featured the genres of horror filmmaking and also Spider-Man, originally tying into the release of Spider-Man 1. The LEGO Studios line was no stranger to featuring licenses in their sets. Jurassic Park 3 sets had only released 1 year prior in 2001. Those sets mostly consisted of polybags though, lame, but the movie-based sets were always looking really great. I had been hoping for the LEGO Studios line to return for years now, and I thought that the Looney Tunes CMF series was the best way to possibly do it. However, it hasn't happened, and I no longer believe that it will. This is Spider-Man Action Studio, which released at 30 USD. I got mine for 50 NZD only a few years ago. It's worth apparently closer to $250 sealed. I don't really know why you'd want to pay that. The set overview here is a film set with a crew filming a scene from Spider-Man. So I will start with the most interesting part of the build here, and that's the building, which uses old LEGO building techniques, which is, yeah, it's a tall standing wall that absolutely fits for a building. But in this set, the build is a film set, and it kind of works for me in that way. The set doubles as an exterior and an interior, both sides being a bank. I love the coloring contrast of the exterior and interior of the film set, and there's some minor details here as well that I appreciate, like stickers of the World Unity Festival, that action sequence from Spider-Man 1. It features the same colors and decals and everything, very impressive for a 2002 set. The other side of the exterior is the interior, and this set kind of loses me a little bit here. Inside we have a desk with a bank vault where you can stash some money, but let's also talk about that carded piece. The card is my favorite piece that's included in this set. I really love when cardboard is used on toys for dioramas, so I have a connection to this set for that personal appreciation. The interior design looks really weird to me though for being an interior of a bank, and that's because to me, it actually looks like it's the balcony window design from the World Unity Festival scene. The set was actually packaged in with the Green Goblin Mary Jane set, and also packed in with another separate set. This Spider-Man action pack, which you can see, has some pieces to help bulk out the build into a taller tower. You can see that there are some base plates parts included and parts to build a balcony as well, so that's why it's designed like this. Realizing this though hurts this set in my eyes, confirming that this is actually just an unfinished build. These top sections where I have Spider-Man can separate from the build nice and easy. I really like these window displays here. They feel substantial in their design and more weighty than I would have given a 2002 set credit for. But that is about it. I think it's fascinating, but by no means does the set hold up to today's standards, obviously, but even for the time I'm conflicted now, since I know that there are some missing parts sold in a special multi-pack set that I won't be able to get my hands on. The set also included a ton of extra parts to help bulk out a film set. Set dressing is a very important aspect in filmmaking, so these extras included to both help sell the scene of the movie, and they also help to sell the scene of filmmaking. Very important and detrimental to the set. First we have a police vehicle that's used for the policeman figure. It's weird, man. It's so blocky in its design, it feels like it's been ripped from the 90s. This is the type of car that I used to make when I was a kid as my custom vehicles. There's some stickers that help push the design just a little, stickers that are applied over multiple bricks though, mind you. It's just a really weird build, and it wasn't really that necessary. We have these 2 stage lights here, which are built using a pole piece that has since been retired, a couple of flames for some explosive decorations, and some barricades to help block off the set from the public. There's also this web net that's been included. It's been featured in a few of the Spider-Man sets over the years. Here though, there isn't anywhere for this actually to go, so I just have it sitting on the set. A director paired with a camera here. No other film crew were included, so the director is also having to act as his own DP and cameraman, which is a really rough deal actually. The camera is really cool. I have really wanted a LEGO Studio set for some time now just so I could have these specific parts, so I'm really happy to have one. Now onto the minifigures. Here is Spider-Man, who would be released in some other sets later on down the line in the official Spider-Man 1 movie wave, but for the time being, he was exclusive for 1 year to this set. He is the exact same figure that I've been talking about across numerous different videos, but with a color change, light blue in this variant instead of the dark blue. What makes him stand out compared to those future releases though is that little neck bracket and handle which he has attached to his back. It allows the filmmakers of the set to be able to get some nice looking action shots without having their hands in the scene. These inclusions are really great. Clear parts used for stands is a must for me if you want your superheroes to be looking dynamic. This is the director minifigure who was included in multiple of these studio sets, but since this is my only studio set, I was most excited for this inclusion. His likeness is based on Steven Spielberg, who even endorsed the theme's first release with the Steven Spielberg Movie Maker set. This figure's design also appears in the LEGO Jurassic World game, but with a change in his skin tone. I love this figure a lot, but as a film fan, it would have been cooler if these movie-based sets actually had the director's likeness attached. Specifically for this one, this figure probably should have resembled Sam Raimi a bit more than Spielberg. This is the police officer minifigure who is paired with his car. The police officer here is very basic, with some retro out-of-date printing. The classic basic eyes and all-black attire is very retro. This is the pilot minifigure, here acting as a common crook. He was included in a few more of the studio sets and features some prints that are just as dated as the police officer. Those red strands of hair printed on the face that never actually matched any of LEGO's hairstyle pieces is what really does it for me. This is Peter Parker, the only other licensed character that's included in the set. He is exclusive to the set, but he's a weaker inclusion compared to the one from the Origin set that I looked at recently. He comes with a camera, but that's about all I have to say for the figures. I do think the instructions are pretty neat. They feature some webbed theming throughout the 30 odd pages, and they feature a display of what you can achieve with this set so long as you have the creative vision. They straight up recommend just rebuilding this into a sea heist instead. On the back here we have someone demonstrating how you can throw the net and how to hold Spider-Man in the scene so that you don't have to have your hand caught on camera. It obviously didn't really work. The set's weird. It's a time capsule for one of the stranger themes that deserves a comeback. The facade is an interesting take on the display, and the idea of a film set is really cool, but it's rather flimsy in its unfinished design. There are too many basic figures included here to pad out the scene, when in reality, we just needed Spider-Man and a robber for the movie scene. The police officer and Peter Parker figures should have been crew to help out Steven. Man's in his 70s, he can't be doing this all by himself. It's cool for nostalgia, but thank God the Spider-Man line actually continued later on with much better sets. If you enjoyed this retrospective look at an old LEGO Spider-Man movie set, liking and subscribing does help to support this channel in making more videos like this. Ka kite anō.